I are heading out. We're heading to town. Why are we heading to town, Lily? We have to get a couple things at the store.
I have no idea.
She's just along for the ride. I want to pop into the thrift store that was closed last week when I got off work because I want to see if they have any Christmas villages. I also need a tree topper for my tree. And then I think we might, so our town does a festival of trees in the park, so we might do a walkthrough of that, although it's very cold out, so we'll see how you feeling up to that.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, she's feeling up to it. Are you cold?
I'm freezing.
I know, I'm cold too.
My hands?
I know, I brought gloves and I left them in the car. I left the gloves in the car. It's very cold. We're gonna head back to the car now and we're gonna run to the grocery store.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, and I did find some more villages, little ceramic village things, and they were half off, so that was exciting. Okay, it is now 6 p.m. at night. I have attempted to film this multiple times and I've had multiple interruptions. And my phone battery is pretty low, so we're gonna just give it a shot and see what happens. It's been a busy day today. I got home from running to town and I put groceries away, and then my mom needed some help. She's been asking me to help her with some decorating things at her house, so I went down there and was down there for a couple of hours, and I came home and made dinner, and we just finished cleaning up, and so I'm sitting down to talk to you guys about some knitting stuff. So let me just show you. Let me show you first my Christmas socks again. I'll just give a little update on where I am. I don't remember. Have I showed you these during Vlogmas? I don't know. These are the Austin socks, and the yarn is by Yarn Cafe Creations, and it is called Foil Wrapped Santas. And I just switched over to double pointed needles this morning. I haven't knitted since this morning. So I just switched over to those to close up the toe. So I don't know. I mean, it's only the 7th of December, but at the same time, it is the 7th of December. You know what I mean? So I'm not sure that I'm going to get these done before Christmas, which is really funny because I bought 3 skeins of Christmas yarn thinking I'm going to have 3 pairs of Christmas socks. That's definitely not going to happen, but I will have that yarn. I'll have it for next Christmas. I won't buy any Christmas themed yarn next Christmas, so I'll have it all ready to go in November. I don't really like working on Christmas projects if it's not like earliest October, but preferably November and December. So it kind of puts a rush on things. I also had some plans for gift knitting for Christmas. It's not going to get done either, and I'm okay with that. It's fine. Whatever. So I'm not going to stress myself out over knitting gifts. You know what I mean? I have other plans. I have a backup plan for that. So yeah, hopefully I'll get the toe finished maybe tonight, and I'll cast on another on the second sock, and we'll see where I go on that. And then the other project that I've knitted on during Vlogmas, these are the only knitting projects I've worked on during the last 7 days. But is this headband that I've been knitting. It's the double knit, which, did you guys know double knitting is nothing other than knit, slip, and then you do that the whole way across. And then you turn your work, and then you do that same thing the whole way across, and that gives you this really thick, do you see that? Oh, hold on, let me see how thick that is. Gives you a really nice thick fabric. Yeah, I never knew it was that easy. I still have quite a ways to go because this needs to be big enough to wrap around my entire head. So I'm far from being done with this, but we're getting somewhere. So those are the only 2 knitting projects I've been working on over the last week because I don't know. I've been here, there, and everywhere, so it's super easy for me just to throw like these bags in my purse or walk around the house with this. Where with my drama sweater, that's a whole sweater. And so it's just, you know, plus it's black. It's that charcoal color. Well, I have it right here. It's this one. Okay, so I'm just not in the mood to knit black. Just not in the mood. I want the bright, cheery colors, you know, to go with the holiday season. So yeah, this has gotten touched zero the last week. Okay. But you know what? One thing I've learned with knitting, if I'm not enjoying it, then I just need to let it sit there for a little bit, and chances are pretty good that I will find joy again for that project. And I will. So after the holiday season is over, I'll be back working on my drama. Okay, so I want to talk about Advent minis, or just mini skeins, and what I plan on doing with them. My Advent, so I'm doing this swap. I did this Advent swap with Carista of Sweet Mountain Crafts, and we just swapped like 25 different mini skeins and a few other goodies, and I've been showing those mini skeins every day. And they're 10-gram minis, so we decided to do 10 grams because you can actually do quite a bit with 10 grams. And I have an ongoing mitered square blanket that I've been working on for a long time, but I'm not sure. So I'm going to continue that. In fact, let me go grab that real quick. Okay. So I'm going to show you this. I don't think I've shown this on the podcast for a really long time. Here it is. It's not very big. It's a project I only feel like working on this time of year, like in the winter. So I have put on, this season so far, I've put on just this one lonely square right here, this one. And, but that's only because I just haven't been working on it. Oh, now I want to work on it some more. Oh my gosh, I think I'm in the mood to work on it now. Just getting it out of the bag and looking at it makes me want to work on it. Imagine that. So I have that mini skein project. Oh, I forgot. So I need to remember to talk about, have you guys seen the mini skein, or the scrappy project bingo, where you get the bingo card and you cross off as you do things, and they're all scrappy projects. Like it might be a scrappy sweater, a scrappy blanket, scrappy socks, like all scrappy projects. And once you get like 5 in a row, it's just like in bingo, when you get 5 in a row, I think it's 5. It's been a while since I played bingo. Then you basically win. What you win, you don't really win anything, but it's just the fun of the challenge. So I can't remember who's organizing that, but she DM'd me on Instagram. She DM'd me a card, a bingo card, and now she has them. I'm going to have to get those details and talk about that at some point here in Vlogmas, because I thought that was such a cool idea. But anyway, this is my mitered square blanket. Multiple times I have thought about just turning it into a baby blanket, because hello, it's taking forever, and also hello, I have a daughter-in-law now. So the prospect of grandchildren feels very real to me now, more real now than it has ever. Do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So part of me is just like, just turn it into a baby blanket and put it back for your grandchildren. But I also want to persevere through it. I have thought about turning it into a pillow. I've thought multiple things about how to finish this project up quickly, but I haven't. I haven't decided on any of those because I really want to I think I really want to persevere. I think deep down, I really want to persevere and finish this blanket and make it like, not a huge blanket, but make it like a throw size, like maybe like my granny square blanket I talked about. Okay, so that is the one. Now, I love scrappy projects. I love the look of them. Amy from Noble Character Crafts makes the most awesome, unbelievably cool, beautiful scrappy socks. Like she just, her socks are, I just look at them and I'm like, I want a pair so badly, but I don't want to weave in all the ends. Because I'm lazy like that. I don't know. Anyway, but that's not really what I want to talk about. What I wanted to talk about is what am I planning on doing with all these, besides the blanket, with all of these mini skeins. So I've got my swap. I've got this basket full. And I obviously, when I knit socks, I knit like full-length socks, but apparently, look at this. Apparently I don't use much yarn. Let's look how much I have left. So this is actually enough to knit a pair of shorties because I've done it. But it's just really funny to me that when I knit socks, I have so much left. And you can see from my Christmas socks, and this is even a shorter leg than I normally put on my socks. I normally make it probably about an inch longer than this. So, but I have that. This is full of mini skeins, like scraps. Most of this yarn is left over from projects or people have sent it to me. They're not mini skeins that I bought as mini skeins. And then I have this little tin right here that, excuse the noise, is full of little tiny bits and bobs of scraps. That's probably really obnoxiously loud. I'm sorry. Okay, see, look. This is like, oop, the stash of like really tiny, like, you know, look at that tiny one. Yeah, like, oh, these are just really tiny ones, okay? So this would work in some projects, but not others. So I found this pattern. It came up, Lisa from Blessings in the Journey on Instagram, she shared a picture of this Advent wrap, and it's actually called the Advent wrap, and I'm going to put a picture of it right here for you to see it. Okay, so I saw that and I was like, I would totally wear that, and that looks like an awesome way to use up scraps. And I even have a skein of like an off-white, a full skein that I could kind of like blend in there, so it's not just color, like change, you know, but like separated and maybe faded in, so it's more of a subtle change from one color to the next with the cream for a few rows in between or something like that. So I got on to buy the pattern and it was 9 something, which is fine. That's fine. But then I started thinking about all the patterns that I've bought in the past and haven't used yet. And I thought, okay, Amber, put the brakes on. Let's think about this. Are you realistically going to knit this wrap? And I thought, well, I'd really like it, but right now I feel really swamped with knitting projects. I have way too many already started that I need to finish. Perhaps if I didn't have any started, or if I only had like a pair of socks on the needles, then maybe I would have been okay with buying that. But so I put the brakes on that. And I went into Ravelry, I typed in Advent patterns or something like that, and I looked through, and a lot of them are mostly like cowls, or there's a ton of shawls, some socks. There were a few sweaters that came up, and then this one came up. And let me show this to you. In fact, I'm going to stop and I'm going to turn it around so that everything's not backwards. Okay, so let me stop this. Okay, so this is called the Four Seasons Cabin Cloak. And it's basically log cabin, like a log cabin style is what it reminds me of. And it differs from the Advent wrap because does not have this connected. So these two panels just basically drape over the front. But I thought, why can't I seam up the sides? Like seam the back with the front and leave an armhole. And it would be the same concept as having it would just be a wrap you can put your arms through, because I'm not sure how good this, now if I was just sitting there, I think this would be a good option. But if I want to wear it around the house and I'm walking around and doing a lot of stuff, I'd like to have it more secure on myself. So I think that seaming this up and just leaving armholes would help with that. Another really nice thing with this particular pattern is that it is a free pattern. Let me see. I don't know that there were any projects already made on Ravelry. There's no more pictures here, but I just thought, how fun is that for a scrappy project? I know it's not everybody's taste or style, but I think you could really do some fun stuff with different colors, and you could probably completely change the look of it just by your yarn color choices. So this is the Four Season Cabin Cloak. And is there a pattern name, or is there Natural You. So I printed that out because I thought, well, that is free, so I'm not committing financially. And we will see what happens, because as I mentioned prior to this episode, I'm not going to be casting anything on with my mini skeins right now. I want to get them all opened and see the colors, and I like to place colors the way that I want them. I just had this discussion with a couple of different knitters about the mystery knit-alongs. Those aren't my cup of tea, because I like surprises. Like, I like good surprises in general, but I don't want to be surprised with my knitting. If I'm investing yarn and my time into a project, I want to know what it looks like ahead of time so that I know that I'm going to like it, and so that I can arrange the colors in a way that I know I'm going to be happy with. So I'm going to wait, and then I will just figure out all of the color placement with this, because I also have this skein from River. She has a Knitter's Homestead, and this is her Marie Antoinette set that I recently talked about. I have minis, this plus more, that I've already used a bit from. These are from my friend Jody from Flower Hill Fleeces. So, and then I have this set that I bought last year from Molly Klein Design. This is her Charlie Brown Christmas set. So I have all these minis. So I'm just gonna wait, and maybe I'll make this Four Season Cabin Cloak, or maybe I will decide I really want that Advent wrap. I like the look of it more. I think, I don't know. I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. But I wanted to share both of them with you, because I thought, well, maybe you guys would be interested in a way to use up your scraps in a way that isn't a shawl or something you wear around your neck or on your feet. Because there's lots of those kind of patterns. However, I'm not against those patterns. In general, I really like the look of scrappy projects. It kind of works with my vibe. Even in my home, I'm a very like cottage, eclectic, a little bit of boho, but not too much of that, and like scrappy here, scrappy there, old vintage. It's just, it makes me feel cozy and warm. So I like that. I like that. But I am interested. I am, because I love to hear about mini skein projects from other people. So if you have a favorite, please let me know. Just leave a comment down below and let me know what your favorite Advent or mini skein project is. And I don't think I even showed you my mini skein from Carista for today's swap. I think I was going to, and then I had to stop the video and let a dog in or out, or feed a dog, or do something with a dog. So let me show you now. This is her own yarn. Carista is a yarn dyer, and she didn't label this with a color name, but it is on her 80/20 merino nylon base. And this is gorgeous. I love this color. It's not going to be super precise because it is evening and it's artificial lighting. Hold on. It's so hard to get. Okay, there you go. It's a really beautiful goldish yellow with some, it's very tonal. It's got some orange and a deeper gold. This color is right up my alley. This is in, like, you know how you just have some colors you look at and you're like, oh my gosh, yeah. This, when I opened that's what I thought when I opened this one. So anyway, that's my mini skein for today. And I think that's all I want to talk about for knitting. I feel like I might have raced through that. I'm sorry if I did. I have a busy week, so I'm feeling a little scatterbrained today. But I'm gonna go ahead and end Vlogmas now because I want to go ahead and work on the editing. I am having a lot of fun doing this. I wanted to thank all of you for your kind comments. You guys are so sweet. I really appreciate it. And you know, other vloggers or podcasters would definitely agree with me that it's so encouraging to know people actually enjoy watching you. So thank you guys so much for your kindness and your sweet words, and they like give me warm fuzzy feelings, and I'm not joking about that. So you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you in tomorrow's video.